Sony had their recent investors call, and it looks like they are scaling back on live service games. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. It's no secret that Sony has been investing heavily in live service games, and they may be rethinking some of that. You can see the headline here from VGC. Sony confirms it's delayed half of its 12 planned live service games. During that recent earnings call, the Sony president, Hiroki Totoki, had mentioned how they had partnered with Bungie and did a review of all of their live service projects. And the results of that review was to hold off on 6 of its planned 12 live service games. Now, the 6 that they're moving forward with are expected to all be out by early 2026. And when asked about these live service games, you can see his response here, transcribed by VGC. We are reviewing this. We are trying as much as possible to ensure these games are enjoyed and liked by gamers for a long time. Of the 12 titles, 6 titles will be released by fiscal year 2025, which would end early 2026. That's our current plan. As for the remaining 6 titles, we are still working on that. That's the total number of live service and multiplayer titles, and mid to long term, we want to push this kind of service. And that's the unchanged policy of the company. It's not like we stick to certain titles, but game quality should be the most important thing. Now, related to that, Bungie did report a few weeks ago that about 100 people are going to be laid off due to what they described as underperformance of Destiny 2. They also announced that the revival of the extraction shooter Marathon is delayed until 2025, and this is supposed to be another one of those live service games. So I do have to wonder if some of these layoffs at Bungie could be related to this postponing of some of these live service games. Now, we don't know all of the games that were delayed or which ones are moving forward. Some titles we do know that are in development. We have The Last of Us Online, a Horizon Online game, and some kind of IP from PlayStation's London studio. And 6 months ago, Naughty Dog announced that The Last of Us multiplayer was being delayed. And you can see in the middle of the announcement here, it says our team will continue to work on the project as well as our other games in development, including a brand new single-player experience. We look forward to sharing more soon. And of course, after this announcement, Bloomberg reported that the team working on The Last of Us multiplayer had been scaled back, which has led to some speculation that it's been canceled altogether, but that's not been confirmed yet. And you can see that reporting here from Bloomberg. The team working on the game was scaled back after a recent evaluation said the people who asked not to be named because they weren't authorized to speak publicly. A small group remains on the project while the company reevaluates the direction. While the game has not been canceled, many of its developers have been moved to other projects. And Sony has been doing a hard push towards live service gaming. In recent years, they purchased Bungie, Haven Studios, which recently revealed Fair Games with the $ at the end, and Firewalk Studios, which is working on a sci-fi multiplayer game, Concord. And of course, the purchase of this studios is assumed to be pursuing more live service offerings. So does it seem to you like the announcement of delaying half of these live service games is just another sign of the live service bubble bursting? Or was this kind of what is expected? Perhaps Sony is just exploring as many live service games as they can and just keep the best. Basically just throwing a bunch of stuff against a wall to see what will stick. And if just one of them ends up being a big moneymaker, then it would more than pay for the dev costs of the ones that didn't make it. Drop a comment below and let me know your thoughts. And if you liked the video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed yet, consider doing so. It really does help the channel out quite a bit. I want to thank you for watching and be good.